Jennifer Salter with eXp Realty, founder of Your Elect Team. And today I am going to show you how to set up a kvCore newsletter template. And this template is going to make it so easy week by week or bi-weekly or monthly when you send out your newsletter. This is going to take the longest part. Setting up the template takes the longest part. So if you want to learn how to do it, then we'll go ahead and do it together. So we'll go ahead and get started. So my newsletter, this is an example of what everybody in my database will see. I send it to current clients, I send prospects, leads that have closed, my past clients, everybody. And you can too. So I send this out weekly, but by all means, feel free to do it bi-weekly or monthly. Now, we are going doors up, so that way week by week the only content you're going to have to change is maybe the text underneath, maybe adding a different article that fits for that week, change it out, and this stays the same. This is so they can search current homes in their area. And the last thing that you change is this pie chart. This pie chart is Wake County Weekly Market Glimpse. Basically, it's your local market, updates weekly or bi-weekly or monthly, and tells everybody how many new listings are on the market, under contract, how many have sold, how many are back on the market. And when you're setting this consistently, this information becomes better and better for your clients and leads and prospects. And of course, it finishes out with an interactive signature that I have created in YStamp. They can visit my social media pages. They can interact and schedule an appointment. They can also read the disclosure about working with real estate agents. So we're going to go ahead and get started. You're going to go to your kvCore platform. This is my dashboard. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to click on All Marketing. Once you're under All Marketing, we're going to go to Smart Campaigns. We're not creating a campaign, we're creating a template. Now you can see the tabs right here. We're going to click on Template. And for the purposes of this video, I already have my template created, but you're just going to want to add a template. And this is an email template. So it's going to open up like this, and you're going to give it your name. For this video, I'm going to call this a test newsletter. The subject can be anything you want. This is the subject that I use. I have 2 emojis. It says your weekly update. It can be anything you'd like it to be. So from here, we're going to want to click on Advanced Editor. This will give us a lot of ability for putting in details and adding some elements that you can't just type in. So we're going to start from scratch. And when you push that, you're going to see that here is the content that we're going to fill in with our newsletter components. And over here are the tools that we're going to be using. So the first thing I like to do is I like to insert an image at top. Now, what this is going to allow us to do is create a banner. So every week when your newsletter goes out, you're going to have this cool banner on the top of it. Now, you are also going to want Canva, even the free account. I have a pro account. I use this all the time. So in Canva, I have already created my banner. But for those of you, what you're going to do is you're going to create a design, and we're going to design it with 1000 by 203 pixels, 1233 pixels. So I'm going to customize the size. And we're going to do 1000 by 233. You can make it want, but I just like that thinner banner. And it's going to allow me to create a new design when I press Create New Design. I've already done this, so I'm not going to go into how to do this any further on Canva. So let's go back to our newsletter. I've already saved this image. What you're going to want to do is we're going to drag this over there. So we have it over here now, the image. We're going to browse. And I am going to put in a banner that I want to be in the header of my newsletter. So I'm going to press Insert. And there it is. So this header is the one that I like for now. It can be anything you would like it to be. From here, we're going to continue adding our different content materials. So this is what I like to do, rows. And we're going to enter a single row right underneath. You just have to drag it over. And I'm going to add a header. So I want this to be text. So I'm going to scroll down to the T. I'm going to hold it, drag it on over. And let me just see what I have so I can make sure we make it the same way. All right. So the first thing I do is I kind of enter a little blurb. So I'm just going to copy what I've already done. But this is like your area where you can just give a little information about yourself, or you can give a little information about what's going on or what's new. I try to keep this to be just a few sentences. So here's mine, right? It's a little bit about the holidays and upcoming events. And I share that in this newsletter. I'm going to share just a few that their family might enjoy doing, some recent local news updates about the market. And from there, underneath, we're going to create a new row. And this is going to be our title row. So I'm going to drag over the one row, wait till it lights up blue. Okay. And I'm going to enter in text. So I go to content, text, drag it on over. Now, what I have in that section for this week is the title Holiday Light Displays in Triangle. And for you, it could be anything. I like to do something local that's going on in the area, maybe a festival or just something exciting. I'm going to center it using this little button here. You can bold it. You can change the color of it, make it larger. All right. Now, we're going to go back to rows. And this time, I want the two equal rows, okay? Because over here, we're going to put a little description about the article or whatever we want them to take a look at. And over here, I like to put a picture, links to the article. Now, I do not copy from the article because I don't want to infringe or, on any copyright issues. So I just go to Canva and a free photo that I can kind of customize fitting whatever the description of my article is. So over here, this is where I like to put text. So I go to content. I drag over the text. And on this side, this is where I'm going to have my image or my video or whatever you want to put over here. So for the purposes of speeding this along, I'm just going to copy what I already put in here. So over here, I just kind of put it was, it's the best holiday light displays in 2022. And you can put whatever you'd like. All right. Now from here, I like to make sure that the picture is kind of even with the text. I just think aesthetically it looks better. Now in Canva, okay, let me just show you how. So if you're wondering, how do you create your own picture? I do a Facebook post. So I create a sign and I just click on Facebook post like this. Now, because this is a holiday light display, what I might do is once this opens, I'm going to look for pictures and maybe I'll put lights on a house or a Christmas light or something like that, just so I can kind of get the image that I want. Now, I've already done this process, but I just want to kind of show you where you can access that. You can upload a picture, certainly, or you can go over here to photos. Canva offers a lot of photos that are copyright free, so you can feel free to use them. I'm going to click on Christmas lights. Oh, I already have it in the search. And I could find something that I like, right? Drag it on over, and I can even add text to this. So if I want to, let's see, like that. And then I can add a text overlay. I'll show you what I've done. So like I said, I don't want to teach Canva. I want to show you how to make the template. So from there, once image that you've done, you're going to upload the photo. Now I've already uploaded this photo because this is my last week's edition. And I'm going to insert the photo that I want. So here you go. So now I want them to be able to click on the link and, be able to access the article. So there's several ways that you can do this. For the purposes of just going to make it really easy, and I could say something like, check out the local light display options. Now, I want to hyperlink this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my article, which is right over here, and I am going to copy the link of the article. So this is the article that I used this week. Okay, and it goes through and it gives like a whole list of places that they can go and look at holiday lights. So I'm going to copy the link. I'm going to go back over to my template. I'm going to highlight where I want it to link. Now, right here, you're going to see this tool. It looks like it's changed it, and we're going to insert our link. It's going to ask, well, what link do you want it to go to? I'm going to pick it down, press OK, and now it's linked. Now, just so that in case someone clicks on the image, I want to also link the image. So I'm going to click on the image. It's going to open up over here. Now, we do not want to change the image URL because that's the actual photo. So we're going to scroll down a little under action, and we're going to link it to the same article. You don't have to press save. You don't have to do anything. That's it. Now from here, we are ready for our next section of our newsletter. We're going to go down to rows. I'm going to do a single row because I'm going to start a new heading. I'm also going to make this bigger if I can. So, okay. From here, I'm going to insert text. So I'm going to click on text. And this one, I like to do like my local real estate news. You can call it whatever you want. You can say weekly real estate news. I highlight it, I'm bold it, maybe make it a little bit bigger like this. I'm going to make it so it goes in the center by pressing here. You can even change the color, guys. So I haven't changed, but just so you know, you can edit all of that. Now I'm ready for more content. I like to have the double again. Okay, so I'm going to go over to rows. I'm going to look for the two equal ones right here. Oh, that was there by accident. Let me delete that. All right, so I'm going to go to the two equal rows, drag it until I see that blue highlight go on. All right, now from here, I'm going to go and do just like we did before. So for content, I'm going to insert my text over here. And on the other side, I'm going to enter in an image or my video 1 week ago that had come on the news. It can just be whatever. Let me go ahead and see what I posted there. That way I can just copy it. Okay. So you're going to write whatever you need to write, form the way you want. Okay. Now you can see I already highlighted this part so people can click on the article, but let's go ahead. I'm going to enter in a photo over here. Again, I made it in Canva, so I didn't infringe on any copyright rules. I just took a photo of, I typed in college in Canva, selected a picture, and then added text that said college town, I think, college town. Let's go ahead and look. So this is where you upload your photos to. I'm going to insert it. And so now it looks like this. Now, I want to make sure I link the text, living in a college town, and I gave credit to who created it, and then I linked it. Same thing with the picture. So I'm going to go over to the article. This is the source of the article. I'm going to copy that. Let's go back over to kvCore, click on the image. Again, we are not going to change the image. You're going to go down to Action and add the URL there. And that's it. So now here comes the accept. We're going to go over again to rows. We are going to select one because this is going to be our new header. I'm going to drag it over. And I'm going to insert some text now. And this text is going to allow buyers that are reading this newsletter to search for available homes. So search available homes. All right. Again, you can bold it, you can change the color, you can do whatever you'd like to customize that text. Now we're going to put it in the center. And now underneath, here's where we get really creative. And this is something we don't have to change each time, which is great. I am now going to look for the 3 even little row. Okay, right here. I'm going to grab it and I'm going to select it right here, drag it. Now, in each of these little elements, I'm going to put in a button, okay? A button is going to allow people to click on it and go wherever you want them to go. So I'm going to drag it over to each one of those little row dividers. Okay. Now, just a little trick. If you would like to copy this, you can press this little button right here, and it will duplicate it right underneath, okay? And this is where we can get creative. Now, for my branding, these are the color of the buttons, okay? So, but let's go to the row right here. And let's go ahead and select whatever color I want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look over here, and you can see that the content background is transparent. So let's just, for the purposes of this, let's say I want to make it blue. Okay, so then I come over here, click on the row, and instead of putting the content area as transparent, I'm going to select that same blue. Again, click on the row, select the color for the area, and make it blue. Blue. There we go. All right. Now here, whatever area you're in, you're going to want to just make these correspond with either the counties around you or different cities. So I'm in Raleigh, North Carolina. So I may have a search button for Raleigh homes, maybe for Wake Forest. These are different cities in my area. Whoop. And maybe I'm just going to keep making this different city names in our area serve. Now, I also serve a variety of counties, not just inside of Raleigh and the surrounding cities. So in Raleigh, we're in Wake County. So maybe people want to look and just be in Wake County homes. I also serve the county Franklin, Harnett County, and we could say Wayne County. Now, what are these buttons for? This is what gets really cool. So what I like to do is I go to the main site of my EXP page, okay, whatever it is. So this is my main page, like a visitor would go to it. Now, the first city that I selected for available homes was Raleigh. So I'm going to type in Raleigh. There it is. And I'm going to search. Let me put on my glasses. And so whatever this opens up, it's going to bring up like a map and all of the available homes in Raleigh. From there, they can go ahead and filter out results, search by price point, search by number of bedrooms, or whatever they want to do. So usually my computer doesn't take this long, but going on. So it's going to bring them to a page, a map of the area and all the homes, and they can add more filters and whatever they want. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this link. I'm going to go back over to my newsletter. I'm going to click on the button Raleigh. Now it's going to say link type. I'm going to enter in the link for Raleigh. Now we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to go back to my home page, and the next one I'm going to do is going to search for homes in Wake Forest. I'm going to wait for it to load. I am going to copy the link, right? So it's going to, again, bring them to the map to find available homes in the Wake Forest area. Okay. And I'm going to click on the button, going to then link the URL. And I'm going to continue this process until I've done all of the areas that I want to have. Okay. Now, the next section of my newsletter, I like to include that pie chart that basically shows people what the market is doing. Oop, I just went off of it. Let's see if I can get it back. That's what happens when you have too many windows open. Nope. So I'm just going to pull up my actual newsletter template. Sorry about that, guys. That's what happens when you're on live. All right. So you get to actually see the one that I made. All right, so I'll just go ahead and edit that. So we had just finished off at the locums, so people can search for, whatever homes they're looking for and in whatever area they're looking for. Underneath that, this is what I have next. All right. So this is exactly what we created. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to rows again, and I'm going to drag over that single row under here. In the text, I'm going to put weekly market glimpse. Then I'm going to drag over my image right in this spot. Now, how do I make this pie chart? We're going to come back to it, and I will let you know. Under, I put another header by going to rows, selecting the single one and dragging it right here, and then entering text, schedule a time to chat. I insert a button by dragging it over, and I link it to my Calendly. So if you have a place where you schedule times for your buyers or sellers or mentees or team members or whoever to chat with you, that's what you put in there. And Calendly, you can start off free, and there's still great, capability with the free account. So then I drag this over, and then I put in my social buttons by dragging them. You don't have to do that, and entering in just different links. Let me show you how that looks. So for instance, let me just copy what this is, and then I'll erase it afterwards. But what you're going to do is you're going to drag it over to where you want it. I don't know why it's not letting me. Okay, we'll just talk about it. But when you enter in a social button like this, basically it's going to open up, and you can enter in whatever your social accounts are. So I've entered in all of mine, and it shows up just like this. Now, for the last part of it, you do have to enter in your signature, because if you've added it to kvCore, it'll automatically be there. If not, what you're going to do is you're going to drag over the element that says HTML. So I dragged it over, okay? And for here, I'm just going to put it underneath. Okay, let's see if it'll let me add it so I could show you guys right here. All right, I'm a new HTML block. So I did was I went over and I grabbed the HTML for my signature. If you don't know what I'm talking about, do not worry about it. But I use YStamp, and I'll show you why. So I have a team, and myself and my team all use YStamp for our email signatures. It has been wonderful because it allows you to have an interactive signature where people can appointment with you. They can check out your social media. They can view the working with real estate agents disclosure, which is required in North Carolina. So once I log in, I'll be able to show you. Here's my personal signature here, right? Has all my designations so people can see. It allows them to schedule a time with me. It has an important disclaimer. From here, I'm going to just pretend that I'm installing it. I've already done this. And I'm going to click on the HTML tab. All right. So from here, it's going to allow me to copy the HTML tag that creates my signature. I'm going to go back over to kvCore. Now, I'm an HTML block. What I'm going to do is I am going to select just that portion. I'm an HTML block. That's just a placeholder. I'm going to highlight it, and then I'm going to insert my actual signature. And as you can see, my signature is in place. I'm going to delete it because I already have one. Okay. And that is the end of this template. Now to show you the pie chart, how to do it. So in Canva, what you're going to do, what I did, you can search Canva content. I just started to type in pie. Oh, here's a pie chart right here. It also brings up pictures and other things related to pie. It'll bring up different like options for pie chart. You can create whatever you want. And once I was under this, I selected the one that I thought would be easiest to put in all of my market details week to week. So I selected, let me look here. I think there was one right here at the beginning that I thought, okay, that will be perfect. Let's do, no, we want something with percentages. It really can be anything, but there was one that I liked right here, the budget pie chart. So I'm going to select this, and it's going to allow me to start this template. From here, you can change the color. Obviously, for my personal one, I went ahead and changed the colors and the title to weekly market up or market glimpse, something like that. And you're going to want to change this every few weeks so you can show your client how the market is doing. You know, there's ebbs and important. So for me, I changed, and you could, you know, just put your monthly market glimpse. I put what county it was, so you can say weekly county market glimpse. Okay. Now from here, how to change all of this? Okay. So you click on it once. It's going to open all of this. Now, in your local MLS, you know, it shows you, you can look from week to week or biweekly or monthly and see what the local market is in whatever county or city or zip code you want to feature in your newsletter. And you're going to want to know how many homes are new listings, new listings, how many are under contract, how many of them are back on market, how many of them reduced price, and how many of them closed. And you can add as many of these categories as you want. So from here, using my MLS, I would enter in whatever the numbers are. As you can see, it's going to adjust the chart for you. All right. So from here, I can just change the wording, right, to match whatever it is, the new listings, the under contract. This one, this pie chart that I selected is percentages, but you can certainly add whatever the numbers were that you just entered. I was just showing you for an example. So this is percentages only. I wonder if we could change it where it's just numbers. There you go, numbers. Okay, that's better. So I can now delete what I had. But as you can see from there, it'll have all of the labels for it. And so I'm going to continue to work and insert the data. So reduced price will show up on there. And that's how you kind of make your pie chart. So let me go back to my pie chart so you can take a look at it. I use Canva a lot, so who knows where my pie chart is. Okay. Here's my pie chart. Now, what I like to do is edit the original. So every week, change it. I'll go ahead and make my changes to the numbers so that way it's up to date information. And how I do that is I get my information from MLS, and then I come on over to my pie chart. I click one, and it's going to open up on the left-hand side and allow me to insert my data for it. And I change these numbers right over here. And then the only thing that I'm adding is text right over here in these reds or greens to show the percentage of change from last week to this week. I download the photo, and over in your kvCore newsletter template, all you have to do is drag the image, drag it over, and upload your week pie chart. So that is how you make a newsletter. Now you've made one. How easy is it to mass email week to week? So what you're going to do is you're going to go to your marketing, all marketing. You're going to go to scheduled mass emails. You're going to schedule an email to go out. You can see my newsletter template. And because I created a template, oh, I have it under newsletter, sorry. So I'm going to go to my newsletter template. Actually, I think that's the wrong one. I have newsletter templates. Okay. So here's my newsletter template. From here, I can make any changes I need to make week by week, right? It's going to allow me to make those changes in here, just like we did previously. But then once I've done that, where it says send to contacts with status, I like to send my newsletter to everyone, currently under contract, current leads, sphere, past clients, everybody. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on send to contacts, and then I'm going to select, for me personally, everything in lead, active lead, client, contract. You can send this to whoever you'd like. Closed. Once I've done that, I'm going to schedule the date that I want it to be sent on. Let's say I send my newsletter out every Wednesday. So I find all the figures every Tuesday that I'm prepared for the next day. You're going to press OK for whatever date you want. You're going to then select a time. I like to do mine at 9:30 in the morning. And once it looks the way you want, you're going to click the schedule button, and voila, it's going to send out. And now when you edit your weekly newsletter, it's only going to take you a few minutes at a time. It's not you all that time that we just took to set it up. Now you're just going to change out the article. You're just going to, here, let me go off this. So the only thing that at that point you need to change is the little blurb, maybe a new article for your real estate news, and an article for your local, just something, some festivity event or something exciting around town. And you're going to quickly edit your chart in Canva. And that's it. That's all you have to do every single week once you've done that. So thanks for sticking around. And I'll be back with more tips. Maybe we'll talk about Canva next time.